Today's podcast is brought to you by the great folks over at Audible. Head over to and the words still aren't coming out right. Head over to audibletrial.com/jumbled and get your free 30-day trial and a free audio book. They have all of the audio books. Join the Audible audio revolution. Enjoy. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Jumbled, your favorite podcast about nothing. I am Zach.
And I am Johnny.
Johnny, I can't see you right now, bud, but the brief moment I saw you, it looked like you just got off like the most insane like heroin binge, and then you went and rolled on a mat for 30 minutes. That's what it looked like to me.
What?
I don't know, man. I mean, it just looked like you were like beat. Just completely beat, like your soul had left your body is what it sort of looked like.
That's kind of how I feel in some ways. Gyms are open, baby.
Yeah, and are you going a little, are you doing, like, pulling a typical Johnny and going a little too banana sandwich, going a little too hard in the paint?
I have no idea what you're talking about when you say things like that.
Oh, of course, yeah.
I am known to do many things, Zach, but doing exactly what you just said there is absolutely not one of them.
That's not one of them at all.
No. Not at all.
No, not one to push the limits.
Never. I follow the rules to a T and smile the whole way through.
Sure, we'll go with that. I've seen some Instagram. Was it Instagram? I think it was on Instagram. I saw some pictures or something that said otherwise. Maybe in your story.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, gym's open and training hard, you know. Body's getting readjusted to getting smashed up again.
Yeah.
You know what? There's a few things that COVID had taught me to appreciate more, I think, like a lot of people. One, I have enjoyed cooking and eating with my wife.
Okay.
Two, I've enjoyed taking time in the morning, drinking a coffee on the deck with the dogs before work.
That's nice, yeah.
Three, not having to drain my ear every day.
Sure, yeah. That's an added benefit, right?
Yeah. And now the gyms are open, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's still a thing I got to deal with.
Yeah, that's what this is all about.
It was nice being able to wear over-the-ear headphones comfortably for 3 months.
No more.
No, look at this thing.
I can't see you.
What?
I cannot see you.
It says my video's on, dude.
I see your little icon that you were talking about, how you got the great fade.
Oh, I do have a great fade. Shout out to Velvet Style. Thank you, Omar.
I can't see you at all, though.
All right, well, I'm just going to keep clicking this video button.
Hopefully it works at some point.
Yeah, I don't know why you can't see me. It's showing me and you.
Yeah, I don't know. Hold on. I'm turning mine off. This is called live troubleshooting, ladies and gents.
Welcome to Jumbled. Okay, well, anyways.
I feel like mine's the one that's messed up now.
Yep, absolutely is. Moving on. We've solved a great mystery. John, the non-IT guy, giving his IT friend IT advice. That was that episode.
Well, I didn't know that until I clicked on a button and it didn't do anything at all.
But yeah, I'm a little bit tired. I was working really good at getting back into a nice, relaxed schedule.
Sure.
Of waking up before 6, and I was doing yoga for like 45 minutes, and then I would do some like body weight workout for 30 minutes, and then I'd have coffee, and it was great. And I'd go to bed
none of that
early.
involved getting punched or dragged around on a mat.
Yeah, that. And then, a thing happened.
Uh-huh.
I started playing WoW again.
The shame. I heard the shame in your voice. I can't see your face, but I can hear the shame. And I'm sure there was probably a look, either a look directly in the camera that said something, or maybe even not even a look into the camera. You were too ashamed to even look in the camera. Tell the truth.
I was definitely looking down at the bottom of your beard when I said that. Yeah.
So what happened that got you dragged back in?
Well, a couple things. One, we had I did relapse a little bit and play WoW Classic for a little while,
Sure.
and managed to recover out of that.
Mm-hmm.
But when I started doing that, I had a friend that Ali and I played League with, who plays WoW a lot, was like, "Hey, you guys should come play WoW, come play WoW, come play WoW." And we were like, no, I don't know. And then there's a new expansion coming out, so we agreed that we would play the new expansion in the fall. And then we were playing League, and we had a few like really rough games, like back to back to back to back.
Okay.
And it was just like really dumb League shit that just makes it not fun.
Right.
And all of us who played League were like, fuck it, I don't want to play this game anymore. And we're like, well, what are we going to play? And then Terry was in the background be like, we can start playing WoW now. And I was like, yeah.
Oh, no.
All right. Sure. Well,
Blame
if we're
Terry,
all playing. Dude. Yeah, goddamn Terry.
He's the reason.
Yep. So here's where the real kicker. Not only did I get myself playing again, I wouldn't say I'm hooked, but I got Allie to start playing.
Oh, really?
Which originally was a great idea because it was fun, and then I could justify playing because she was playing, and all of her friends were playing, right? And I knew that I knew that she would like it. She had never played it before, didn't really know much about it, but I know that like those types of exploring, collecting, running around everywhere aimlessly if you want games, Allie really likes. I did not think that she would end up liking it this much.
You've created a monster, basically, is what you're saying.
I, without a doubt, have created a little WoW monster.
Is it like where you're the one going to bed now?
Oh, 100%, dude. She's playing right now.
That's funny, dude.
I shit you not. I feel like there are days where it's like Allie's either working, playing WoW, or sleeping. Like that's it.
That's the basic existence, right?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's kind of interesting actually to see it from the other side, from when I was, very addicted. I would say Allie is becoming like a pretty consistent player. I wouldn't say she's addicted, but she does really like playing it.
Yeah.
She's well on her way to addiction. But to see that like slow descent into that addiction from the outside, and then thinking about like me and like what was I doing? Who was I around when I was like becoming this thing?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to go hang out with friends. I'm just going to play WoW. I don't want to do this. I'm just going to play WoW.
Puts it all into perspective, huh?
Dude, when you start saying no to your girlfriend to play WoW, like no to sex to play WoW, you know there's a problem.
Is that
and
where
you talk
were
to
at one
anyone?
point?
You ask when Lacey comes on the next episode. You straight up ask her if Jesse has ever picked WoW over her, and I will bet you $10 that she says yes.
Okay. I will. I'll save that. I'll save that for Friday. I hope that still happens. I hope we're still on for Friday. I know it's all sort of dependent on weather, but
but
we'll
we
see.
do. We can't share any details right now because we're still figuring out all of that. But
No, I'm not saying anything. Yeah,
I was just saying to our audience.
Yeah.
We got some.
Yeah.
We might have a really cool episode coming up.
Yeah, I hope so.
I
hope it happens.
I mean, we could have an episode talking about what questions we should ask.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I still gotta wrangle up my favorite questions, I think.
All right, well we'll have to get a running list because we can't give away too many clues right now. We gave away one, and it involves Lacey, but that's it.
I actually didn't say anything.
You said I'll ask. I guess
it was sort of close to another. It was close to another mention of her, but sure. Now that the cat's out of the bag, that's part of what it involves.
I'll take the blame for that.
Yeah.
Good thing I've created this huge jumbled listener team Johnny email string full of people who will spam at my bequest. Who's right in this situation? Oh yeah, absolutely.
You got like a newsletter and stuff all set up?
Man, I'll start. Yeah, you want me to add you on the list?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm sort of upset that I'm not already on the list, but you're doing your own thing with the Johnny.jumbled email account, right? It's all good. I mean, I'm only a little hurt. It's fine.
I mean, I just assumed you were doing the same.
No. No, I'm not. What I am doing though is sitting in the hotbed of a corona spike.
The hotbed of a corona spike. Are you actually sitting right now? Not to break away from your point, but I just realized I'm looking at you from a very weird angle right now.
No, yeah. Well, number one, I'm pretty close to the camera. What it is I moved my computer to the other desk that we have. My previous desk is right behind me. And that's still where I, do my day job. But wifey needs a workspace, a computer to do some stuff during the day as well. So moved the computer over here, and she's been using that. And this one actually, this is a standing desk. So I felt like standing this episode because it's not something I've done before.
Good on you, man.
Yeah. So it's going to be a test of my knees. If I just pass out in the middle of this podcast, just soldier on, all right? Even if the EMTs come rushing in and you see me with a massive head wound, keep going the entire time.
Well, I'm obviously just going to, do my best to explain everything that's going on for the episode.
Sure.
Our listeners would need to know, Zach. Come on.
No, yeah, I mean, that's sort of your duty as a co-host of the podcast, right? And if something happened to you, I can't see you right now, but I would continue recording until, I heard otherwise. Okay. If I didn't hear anything for a while, I might stop recording, but you would at least hear like my wife be like, "Oh my God,
no, it'd be
he's bleeding everywhere," and you just get to comment on that.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's see. Okay, I think he's got about a 12-stitch gasher above his right eye. It looks like impact might have been the corner of the coffee table. It appears to be rich mahogany, a very hardwood, which would explain the length of the cut.
You think I'm a lot swankier than I actually am. If anything, I would fall back and cut my head on like some IKEA, whatever they make all their stuff out of. I think this one behind me is like maple or something. I don't know. It's an old Borders bookstore table.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, tell me more about your hotbed of Corona. What's going on? What's the news?
We're just in the middle of another spike. Governor Parsons for the governor of the great state of Missouri decided it was a good idea to open everything back up, and here we are, round 2.
Oh shit. How long were you guys open for?
I mean, we're still open technically,
Mm.
but there's I think 29 states right now in America that have seen an increase
Yeah.
in coronavirus documented cases since somewhat reopening.
How many new cases are you
Um,
getting a day?
oh, I don't even know what it is right now. I just know we're spiked. I haven't looked at the numbers, um,
Mm.
but I know we're one of them. Um, but yeah, and it was just starting to look like, oh, maybe I'm gonna have to start going back to work. I
I
don't
don't
think that's
think you
gonna
guys
happen
were
anytime soon.
ever in a viable position to actually go back to work.
No,
Like
no,
to
I don't
any
think I
other
should
anyone
have.
else's standards. Like our cases here in Alberta, I think, for a while we were under 20 new cases a day,
Hmm.
and it would be like maybe a couple hundred active cases across the province,
Yeah,
which, Alberta is like Texas bigger.
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
I can't remember who's bigger, Alberta. I think Alberta is. I'm
yeah.
pretty sure Alberta is. I don't actually know how big Texas is. How big is Texas, Zach? You're American.
Texas is the second biggest U.S. state. I'm not
It's the
sure what.
second?
Yeah, Alaska, dude.
Oh, I always forget about Alaska. Man, why does Texas
Alaska's
claim to
giant.
be so big then?
It is huge. I mean, Texas was part of the Louisiana Purchase, and it's one of the biggest areas of land that stuck together. Let's see here. I'm looking it up right now because we don't have a fact checker, and I don't want to say some random number.
Texas is 695,662 square kilometers.
There you go.
What did I say?
Yep.
690?
200. I don't know. 262,000 square miles.
Oh,
That's
wow.
according to the
Oh,
University of Texas.
okay. Well, what was the number? Alberta is 661,848
Yeah.
square kilometers.
Big.
They're almost like the
Big.
same.
Big. Big. Yeah.
Damn. All right, I
Yeah.
feel less. I was kind of feeling stupid, not knowing, like thinking, like, man, Alberta would have to be bigger, wouldn't it? All my friends would be like, God, you're a moron. But hey, they're like almost exactly the same. So suck
Yeah.
it.
Just to give you an idea of how giant Alaska is, right? So Texas was 262,000 square miles. Alaska is 663,267 square miles.
Holy
It's
shit.
it's like three. It's like pretty well a little over double
Yeah,
Texas, which is nuts.
that's massive.
It's
Yeah.
great.
Okay.
I've never been to Alaska, but I'd be okay with a summer trip to Alaska, I think.
So now we got to change everything to what's the saying? Everything's bigger in Texas to everything's almost bigger in Texas.
Yeah, yeah. Everything's the second biggest in Texas.
Boom.
By the way, I'm just looking up statistics right now.
Mm-hmm.
We hit our low point. Well, not the low point, but lowest recent documented 74 confirmed cases on May 11th. We were down to
For
74.
that's for the whole state?
Yeah,
Okay, that's
yeah,
pretty
from
good. That's not
from
bad.
Missouri. That was on May 11th for the entire state, 74 cases. We have recently, not today, or yes, 2 days ago. 2 days ago was 140, but on the 21st, 413.
Whoa.
413. So
I mean, that's
in
not
the
like
span
New
of
York numbers, but
no, but in the span of just over a month, we have more than quadrupled our
yeah, that's a spike.
numbers. So we're spiking right now. And the company I work for is very much looking at numbers and talking to the healthcare industry and stuff like that, and determining opening the office back up around that. So I would expect probably here soon, if we continue the same path that Missouri's showing, they're probably going to tell us not to come back in the office.
Yeah, I couldn't. They seem like they've been really supportive of you guys
Oh yeah,
working from
and,
home.
and there's no good reason. I mean, like I said, they recently did a soft open where they've only allowed like 25 people per floor. And there's 2 floors. So, and that's only like, so 50 people is like a third of the company. And everybody else is working remotely. And we've even given like people hardware and stuff like that to take home to set up like a semi-permanent home office.
Yeah. That's good.
And so people just haven't been signing up to come into the office.
I mean, that's way better than, you know, Texas, for example, or Houston. Like they are literally have no more hospital beds available.
Yeah.
And the governor or whatever is like, yeah, we're still open. Go crazy. Corona's false.
Yeah.
It's like you literally have
thing.
no more beds available. God bless you, America, and your freedoms.
Freedoms, quote unquote.
I'm sorry that you and your family have to be at a daily risk.
Yeah.
But it is entertaining to watch from the outside.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is.
And a little bit horrifying.
Yeah. Well, just proximity wise, probably is pretty terrifying for you guys. But speaking of freedoms, American freedoms,
freedoms. What is it?
Gen Zers,
yeah,
on TikTok apparently got a lot of tickets to a Trump rally in Tulsa, Oklahoma recently. They had no. They were not going to show up. They just reserved the tickets and then just decided they weren't going to show up. They were free tickets. So you just go and you reserve a ticket. It's in your name and you just pick up the ticket when you get there. But
they made up how many fake names did they make up?
Oh, I don't know. The place held like 16, I think it was like 16, it was a pretty small venue. So like 16,000 seat or something like that.
That's still that's a lot of people.
Decent size. I mean, decent size, right? But there were something like under 2,000 people that showed up. So, and I don't know how much of it's true, but that's what they attributed the small numbers to, is all of the
kids?
The Gen Zers on TikTok. Just
was it a coordinated attack, or was it just like
apparently?
Wow.
Apparently, yeah. So it was pretty cool to see, and then like there are just so many like pictures. If you look it up, there are just pictures.
I heard something about
pretty funny.
Small numbers, but I think people were saying it was COVID related.
No, it's not COVID related. Well,
that's the first I've heard.
I heard that,
I'm not in
but
the
that's
know.
I think that. Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure there was some factor there, but
right. But I think a lot of that too is just trying to make it seem like downplay the fact that they just got the wool pulled over their eyes. Like,
I don't know, man. I still think he's gonna win.
Oh, I think at this point I wouldn't put it past America to go that route, which is pretty I don't know, it's pretty sad, but I know I won't be contributing to that, so we'll see how it all pans out.
Well, you know,
2020 can't get any worse, so just, you know, we might as well wrap it up in November. I mean, just shit, you know, just make it the worst year ever documented, right?
Right up the next 4. Rebuild.
Right. There you go. Yeah, from the smothering ashes, you know, the smoldering ashes rather. We'll just we'll be like a phoenix, but a very derpy, like a just a really derpy phoenix, you know? You ever seen what's that movie? Why can't I remember right now? Everybody's dumb. Everybody's really stupid.
Dude, where's my car?
No. It's about like I sound so dumb right now, not being able to know
You're in this movie.
The name of this movie. It's Luke Wilson's in the movie. And everybody's really dumb.
Okay, you gotta be
Okay,
able
anyway,
to
that's
describe
where
it
America
better
is.
than everyone is dumb. Okay, well, yeah, you gave us a perfect example of where America is.
I
right
gave
there.
you a person. I gave you a synopsis of the movie.
Yeah, everyone's dumb. Great synopsis.
If you watch the movie, you would know. Let's see
All
here.
right, first listener. No, don't say anything else. Nothing else.
I gotta know for myself.
Okay, but do not say it or give any other clues. First listener who figures out what movie Zach is referring to and emails it to either of us, preferably me, so I know there's no collusion going on.
There's no collusion, dude. I love Russia.
All
right. No collusion.
I'll buy you a $10 iTunes card.
There you go. The first actual monetary prize given out by this podcast is somebody saying the name of the movie that I couldn't remember in the moment, which, by the way, I'm looking at, and I can't believe I didn't remember it. So
okay, well,
that's all I got.
No more clues. Those are clues. Shut up.
That's not clues. How's that a clue?
I'm not going to get into it because then it will lead to more clues. See, collusion.
Okay.
This is exactly what I mean.
You don't know how to spell collusion, do you? You think it has the word clue in it.
You know I can't spell.
Oh, man. Anyway,
how's
everything?
Spelling.
Huh?
Spelling's not one of my strongest.
I'm a pretty.
I know.
Pretty decent speller. I'm pretty good at it.
Sorry, you're about to ask me a question.
No, I was just getting ready to transition to just asking you what's new in your neck of the woods aside from you said something in our group chat. I think it was on Instagram with Lacey where you hurt your friggin' whatever that's called, the bone up by your shoulder.
God damn it, Zach! We weren't supposed to talk about that.
Why?
Because now I'm gonna get a call from my mom.
Oh, I'm sorry. Everything's fine, dude. You went to freaking jujitsu tonight. You're fine. You've rolled around. Your arm's not slumped. You're fine, right? Your arm's not falling off unless you're not telling me something.
Well, I mean, I did hurt it, kind of bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I dislocated it.
Okay, but a dislocation's fine, right?
Yeah, but then I put it back in, and I don't think it went in properly.
Okay, so you've been holding your arm a weird way or something?
Yeah, I mean, I have some mobility, but like the top part is very bulbous.
That's
and
what
bruised.
she said.
And bruised. So I'm
okay.
I'm working through that with my team of free doctors.
Team of free doctors, dude. I mean, it's all free up there, right?
Yeah, and I have a
It's
team
all
of doctors.
they're all
I
free
don't have to pay
doctors.
for them.
So, did you go to a doctor?
I'm working on that.
The answer, you know what? I was setting you up, dude, so your mom wouldn't have to be worried.
I can't lie. I don't lie.
Johnny, I'm pretty sure you know that the word clue isn't in collusion, all right? You're a liar, dude. You're straight up lying everywhere.
I never.
No, man, I'm sure it's fine. I just, you know what? You didn't set any parameters for things I couldn't talk about other than, you know, what may or may not happen later this week.
All right. Yeah.
So I just came in hot. I'm talking about things that you talked about.
I dislocated my shoulder at the gym on Saturday, put it back in, and I thought it was fine. And it's not fine. It's a new weird pain that I've never experienced before in my shoulder. And I've had a lot of different shoulder issues and damage and surgeries. And that's the other part is it's my post-surgery shoulder.
Oh, yikes.
Which makes me really pissed if I broke something.
Yeah. Is it does it feel like a ligament thing or?
I think it's the ligament, yeah.
Yeah.
There's also like a
hopefully
sac of fluid in that joint that can get really swollen. It's called bursitis.
I've heard of bursitis. I didn't actually know that it was associated with shoulders though.
I'm sure it's like a joint related
Okay.
injury. But there are ligaments there that connect, and I gotta get an assessment. Maybe
at least it's not a hip, though.
At least it's not a hip.
All right, guys, I'm going for a record. 1 minute or less. We're going to talk about our sponsor for today's podcast. That would be Audible. Head over to audibletrial.com/jumbled and get your free 30-day trial and a free audiobook. The book that we're going to talk about for the month of June, since we're wrapping it all up, is called Still Fooling Them, Where I've Been, Where I'm Going, and Where the Hell Are My Keys by Billy Crystal. It's narrated by Billy Crystal. The length is 8 hours and 2 minutes. Here is a short, concise summary. Hilarious and heartfelt observations on aging from one of America's favorite comedians now that he's 65, and a look back at a remarkable career. How about that, guys? If you guys want to, please head over to audibletrial.com/jumbled and pick up that audiobook. It's free. Everybody likes free stuff. If you don't want to listen to the book that we recommended for this month, feel free to choose from one of over 180,000 other titles that they have on their platform. We want to take a second to thank Audible. We want to thank you guys. And hey, I finished 8 seconds early. How do you like me now? You know, back to the podcast, I guess, right?
What would you rather lose, an arm or a leg?
I feel like I'd rather lose a leg. If I was going to lose something, I'd rather lose a leg. Because I'm past any kind of athlete heyday, right? And right now I'm just focused on being able to do things like, you know, lift my daughter up and...
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, prostheses have come so far, right? So you don't have to...
I would say, like...
You don't have to really be too concerned with having a prosthetic leg.
A prosthetic arm is a lot larger disadvantage than a prosthetic leg, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm sure you're limited to like your speed and stuff like that, obviously, with a prosthetic leg, but
it also changes where is it like above the knee or below the knee?
That's true as well. Yeah, I think I would definitely take a below the knee.
Yeah, that's like that's critical for prostheses.
Yeah.
Like for good, like more comfortable, I think.
Right.
From what I've heard, anyways. I'm not a doctor.
Yeah. But I'd also like to look like a pirate too. And this is no joke. Like, I'm not making fun of like anybody who's got like prosthetic legs or anything.
I mean, if you got it, you would. I could see. My first thought was like you'd be doing that for Halloween with your kids. Like you would be like, all right, I got it. This is me. Just own it. And
yeah.
All right. Well.
Absolutely.
You have a chainsaw at your house?
I don't. I have a hacksaw though, and I've got
that's way too saw-like. The movie.
I've got a hacksaw, and then I've got a circular saw. If you want to, throw a little bit of flamboyance in there, and then I've got I've got those big hedge clippers, with the really big handles. You could do that.
What was that zombie
it would take
game
you a
on
while
Xbox
to get through the bone,
what was that like open world zombie game on Xbox that was like it was made by Rockstar, I think, and you were like in a mall. And
that one.
And you could like build your weapons, and you could build like giant hedge trimmer things, and just be like cutting zombies' heads off. And
that was a sick game, dude.
Yeah, it was pretty wild.
I'm trying to remember. I think Joe still has that.
Joe would.
Although he might have sold it. I hung out with Joe last night.
How's that little hippie doing?
He's good, man. He's good. He's just doing his reselling stuff, and I think most of the conversation last night was talking about, garage sales and other things that he's been going to. And
garage sales and gardening. Joe has become a retired, 82-year-old grandma.
Well, I mean, I think he's, I think he associated a lot of his. I mean, he's having a great time being a stay-at-home dad, right? He's super excited to do that.
He's really leaning into that, and I love it. I do that's too. Been one of my favorite things as we get older, is like watching my friends be parents.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's and it's weird because like he's at a stage, where with his daughter right now, where I can remember, it was only 4 years ago for me, where I was in the same the same position that he's in right now, and I, can remember back and all the milestones, man, they happen so quick. For talking about milestones, we dyed our children's hair this past week.
Ooh.
Not completely one color, but they've got some pinks and purples in their hair.
Nice, good for them.
Yeah, they're running around looking like a bunch of, I don't know, like Vitamin C. You remember Vitamin C, the singer? Mm-hmm. But just pink instead of orange.
I remember her as hot, but I don't know if she actually is hot. I was just wondering if, like, was that one of those things when you're a young kid that, like, you don't really understand? And
yeah, like, I feel like she was teenage boy hot. Like to a teenage boy. But then again, most things are, right? You could look at a broomstick and think that it's hot, That's just what a teenage boy. That's what a teenage boy, I guess, does. I don't even remember what her name was. I think she still goes by Vitamin C, though. I think she still goes by Vitamin C.
Her name is Colleen Ann Fitzpatrick.
Oh, of course it is. Colleen Fitzpatrick. Yeah, I mean, she's...
Yeah, okay. Vitamin C from her in that... From how I remember from that one song, Graduation.
Mm-hmm. Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
I don't understand the appeal. I feel like the appeal was just that her name was Vitamin C and that she had orange hair, right? That was it. I don't think there was anything else beyond that.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. How many songs did she have?
So she had that Graduation, then she had that Put a Smile on Your Face. That song.
Can you sing more of that for me, please?
Well, I got to separate it with like some talking and stuff so that we don't infringe on copyright law, So I'm just going to talk a little bit. Make the world a better place,
Is that from...
No? Got nothing?
Is that from Lion King?
No, man. What are you talking about?
I don't know what the fuck song you're singing right now.
Hold on a hot second, Johnny. The Lion King, okay? One of the most well-known albums from front to back. You could play that album from start to finish and you would know every single song. Now I want you to go back in your brain, all right? I want you to think really hard and I want you to try to place where that song from Vitamin C was in The Lion King. And what character sang that song, Johnny?
I don't even know what song you're talking about, Zach. That's the issue.
You should also know that Elton John did most of the songwriting for Lion King. So why would you
Was it Elton John or was that an Eric Clapton one?
Yeah. No. Eric Clapton has never done Disney songs as far as I know. There was Elton John and then Phil Collins did Tarzan.
Oh, Phil Collins is who I was thinking of.
Phil Collins did Tarzan. I'm just, you know what? We're 36 minutes in, and I'm just disappointed, dude.
Just forever disappointed in me, hey?
I can't believe you, man. I can't believe you just asked if a Vitamin C song was in The Lion King, dude.
Man, I wasn't being serious, fuck.
Uh-huh. Yeah. You don't lie, though.
I don't lie. I was trying to be funny. It was a really poorly landed joke, I guess.
Yeah, it didn't land square with me.
Not,
at least.
Not a good delivery.
Maybe our listeners found it funny, but
So did you hear how close all your problems were to going away completely?
What, do you know, like that I had like a lottery ticket that was one number away or something like that?
Did you?
No.
Oh no.
If I had a lottery ticket that it was one number away, that's like a second prize thing.
Oh, I guess.
If you have all the numbers but the Powerball, or if you have like most of the numbers, like aside from one in the Powerball, it's like you get $200,000 or whatever it is. No, what I don't know what you're talking about though. What are you talking about that all of my problems could go away?
Well, I should say they not that all your problems would go away, but more like all of your problems were going to be replaced by a significantly bigger problem, but for a very shorter period of time, and then it wouldn't matter anymore.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like you're
AKA
being very vague, and I might know what you're talking about after you're
AKA
done saying.
Yosemite almost blowing up.
Oh yeah. Hey, guess what? Didn't know that. I wouldn't have made it.
None of us would have,
Actually,
dude.
I think Yosemite, like, oh, I saw that. I think I saw the map that there was like a kill zone in Kansas City was like right outside the kill zone, but we would have been like in severe like ash.
Yeah, so you guys, I see. You know, I was thinking about this in an evening of deep uh, contemplation.
Yeah, sure. That's a good word. Hey, gotta love Canada, right?
Deep contemplation. And Ali mentioned this to me and got my mind real racing.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, fuck, we are like, how would it kill us? And I think we are in the initial, you will just die.
Mm,
But I think
yeah.
we're also far enough out that we're also in the, you will likely die in the first few hours because there'd be
Right.
raining meters of molten lava on you.
Yeah, see we we don't I think Kansas City, if I remember correctly, looking at the map, it was like right on the edge of that line, of that kill line. So it could go either way. But yeah, no, I guess that all sort of settled down a little bit.
Um, yeah, it's
For now.
fucking terrifying, dude. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh
if you were
man,
gonna
why?
name a place where that was gonna
Yellowstone.
explode,
Is it,
though,
is it
Yellowstone
Yosemite?
is.
Yellowstone? What did I say? Yes, I fucked it up. Anyways,
Well, anyway, Yellowstone. I think everybody sort of knew what you were talking about. That's
um,
like, people like, oh yeah, Old Faithful. It's like clockwork. Every 15 minutes or whatever it is, and yeah, if you're gonna name a place where there was seismic activity or a super volcano that's gonna kill us all, yeah, that would have been the first place I would have mentioned, right?
yeah. So your state is in the tertiary zone, aka ash zone 2.
Yeah. Okay.
Half of it. It almost covers your whole state.
Yeah. We would probably be driving towards Indiana.
Yeah, that would be a good route to go. East and south is good.
Yep,
But I
far
mean,
away as you can.
but that's where it starts to get interesting. Of well, how do you want to die?
In my sleep, 98 years old.
Well, well, I mean, in this situation specifically,
Oh,
doink.
so if I had to die by a volcano, how would I prefer to die?
Yeah, by Yellowstone. Again, apologize for my stupidity.
I would prefer to be vacationing in Yellowstone.
Just fucking instant death.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
instant. Because I mean, if you're anywhere near, you're gonna die. It's just gonna be a matter of when and how long, right? Unless you've got like a bunker that you can just wait. But even then, you might be screwed depending on what happens around you.
Oh my god, I found the scariest map ever.
What's up?
So the first zone, which is basically those 3 states. What state is that in? It's the one.
I feel like Yellowstone's what in Montana?
Yeah, so it's like Montana and what's below Montana? You should know
Below
this, not me.
Montana is Idaho.
Oh, let's look it up side by side We have the technology.
Yeah.
All right.
I've never been to Montana.
Well, let's scare all of our listeners. So
Montana, Idaho is underneath part of it. There's Wyoming underneath the other part.
Yeah. So we are looking at.
I mean, that's huge. I mean, if it blown up in. Oh, is it in Wyoming or is it in Montana?
It's Montana.
Oh, okay.
But basically, Montana and Wyoming and half of Idaho is covered in the total destruction ash, 13 feet of magma coverage.
Whoa, 13 feet in those 3 states.
Of magma.
Oh my god.
So the next zone is the evacuated zone ash, which is 10 feet of ash, no magma coverage.
Mm-hmm. And that probably covers Washington, Oregon, most of California, Nevada.
So it goes all
Utah.
The rest of Montana,
Mm-hmm.
all of Idaho,
Mm-hmm.
the tip of Washington, the very corner there.
Oh, okay.
The first
Part
third
of Oregon, then?
the first third of Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
All of Nevada, basically.
Wow.
All the way down to like Phoenix.
Wow.
The top part of New Mexico. Up through Kansas, Nebraska, like half of Nebraska, half of South Dakota, back into Montana. That's 10 feet of ash.
Holy cow. Think of all the displaced people that'd be trying to, I mean, if they can get out in time.
Yeah. So basically the entire US and the majority of Canada will be covered in at least a foot of ash.
Oof.
That kills, like, the 10 feet of ash, like, God, that'd be so hard to survive.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
And
good luck.
And then, like, let's say you're vacationing in Mexico when it happens. Then you have to decide, do you want to live through years of nuclear winter?
Yeah.
And I'm all about survival. And I love survival situations and practicing them and preparing and, like, reading books about it. And I don't know if I'm, like, just old now and I'm just like, fuck it, man. Just light me out, like, immediately. Just light switch me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, if I knew I was out in Yellowstone and it started going crazy, I'm like, I mean, let's get closer. Let's get as close as we can to the open gaping mouth. Can I toss myself in the volcano before it erupts? That's sort of where I am right now.
You know, years and years later, we'll discover that you were like the straw that broke the camel's back to get it to ignite. This local fucking guy.
Missouri native Zach Oxley did a cannonball into the open gaping mouth and set off a chain reaction that killed tens of millions of people.
I don't know. How many people die?
I mean, that's a good amount, but I think Montana might be the most sparsely populated state. So Montana would be, because Montana's mostly, wilderness. Wyoming's probably pretty sparsely. So those 4, and Idaho probably too. The Great Plains up there, they're sort of just not inhabited very heavily. So you'd get a lot of it would be coming from Nevada, Utah, Colorado, Kansas, Nebraska even. But there wouldn't be too many deaths from Montana. Because I think the population of Montana is... hold on, I'm going to it
God
up now.
damn you, National Geographic. I wanted to see their stats, but I have to fucking...
Okay, so the
Pay for it.
population of Montana is actually Wyoming is.
It is in
least-
Wyoming, yeah.
Yeah, Wyoming is 578,759 people. This is as of 2019. I don't know how they got those numbers because the census isn't. They're doing the census right now for the states 2020. Montana has 1.06 million. Idaho has 1.78 million people. So, I mean, there would be, out of those 3 states alone, you're looking at probably a combined, a little over 3 million people. If it wipes out those states.
Wow.
The population of the U.S. is 328 million. So if you're, that's, 3 million out of 328 million people, that would be in the kill zone, right? Then you got to deal with all those other states, which are also not that sparse, or they're sparsely inhabited. As far as like, just you look at all the other states, like through the Midwest and stuff like that, everybody's all crammed in there. And then California, obviously, along the coast there, it's probably pretty heavily populated. But mostly, I would think most of the population of the states probably rides along the Atlantic there.
Yep.
I
I want to know why it's so hard for me to find a somewhat legitimate article of how quickly I'm going to die if this pops.
Let's see here. I'm going to see if I can find it quicker than you. Let's see here.
Tell me, what is going to happen to me?
Let's see here. So, express.co.uk.
Climate cooling that would last up to a decade.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
my
crazy.
God, we would starve to death.
Yeah, I mean that would be the thing you'd have to worry about, right?
The good news is it would not wipe out life on Earth.
No, I wouldn't think it would wipe out life on Earth, but we would be pretty screwed here in the States and Canada probably. Let's see. I actually don't know. January. Yeah, I'm like looking at all these maps, but I don't want to read an entire article while we're trying to record. Let's see. Oh, here's a disaster map.
Okay, well we can move on from that. I don't know if I want to get down this rabbit hole. I'm depressed. All y'all don't throw anything into Yellowstone. No cannonballs.
Don't throw
please.
your body into Yellowstone.
And let's hope that it's not our generation. All right. Although it would be the nice feather on the cap for
It's election year.
for 2020 apocalypse, like that's what it's going to be.
Coronavirus. It's going to happen the day after
31st,
Trump's
man.
reelected.
We're going to be counting down like 2020. We've gotten through it. We're going to be good. 21 is the year. And then they'll just be like, Happy New Year. Boom.
Yeah. No, what's going to happen is they're going to be reading off, the results of the election, and they're going to read Donald Trump has retained his position as president of the United States. Boom. Right? That's how it's going to be. How about all those people that I wonder if people were like, "Oh yeah, I don't set resolutions, New Year's resolutions."
Yeah, me neither.
But I wonder, like, the people who at the end of last year were like, "Oh yeah, 2020 is going to be the year."
There are billions of people who are probably like, who do resolutions on a regular basis.
2020 is going to be my year. You know, some people just resolve to like eat better or whatever, but there are some people that are like, they double down, right?
Mm-hmm.
How are those people doing? Have we checked on those people?
I'm gonna really go out on a pretty stable limb here and say they're struggling.
Yeah, I think that's fair, right? I think we're all there.
2020 has been an interesting experience. That is absolutely
God,
for
dude.
sure. But as we discussed earlier in this episode, we did discover that there are some nice benefits.
Yeah. I mean, here's the silver lining, right? Because there is a silver lining with every situation. Only 5 more months left of the year.
Ooh, baby. That's exciting.
We're only 5 more months, right? There's 12 months, right?
Yeah. Well, wait, but yeah.
It's 12 months in a year.
Yeah. In July. We're in June still.
Right, but it's the end of June, so I'm rounding up.
Okay. Yeah, you round away, you fucking lazy rounder, you.
There you go. There it is. Now we all know it's all on the table. We know how you feel now. You've been holding on to that one, haven't you?
Oh yeah.
You just wanted to call me a lazy rounder for a long time. The way you said it.
Can you see me again? I've been fucking fuck.
I haven't seen you for this whole hour, dude. I have no idea.
I keep looking at
it's
myself.
It's gotta be my
so
Skype.
it looks good,
Yeah.
I heard somewhere about it. Was it you that said it? Someone said it. I heard somewhere that there was a study and that it was something like 70% of people who are in Zoom meetings like typically spend the most of the time in the Zoom meeting staring at themselves.
I feel like that's something Joe would have said. That wasn't me.
Maybe it was Joe. I don't know. I heard that somewhere. That is not the accurate number, just for those of you, but it was like a number that was both shockingly large but also relatable. So I guess that tells you where I land in that.
Yeah, if it's a large enough meeting, I usually try to just turn my leave my camera off and then do whatever else.
Yeah, sometimes I multitask depending on how, like, is this like an information session or am I, like, are we engaging
Do I need to be
involved?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I'm with you, dude.
Mm-hmm. Well, Mr. Zach, let's wrap her up so I can go eat
Sounds good,
snack
buddy.
one.
Snack one, then you gotta go try to pry your wife out of her seat.
I don't know if pry out of the seat or not get sucked into the seat.
Oh, maybe you go for the latter option and just let us know how it goes next time.
One of
All
us.
right, guys.
One of us.
There it is. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. By the way, want to remind everybody that movie that I didn't know the title to in towards the beginning of the podcast. Send the name of that podcast to johnny.jumbled@gmail.com, ccjumbledpodcast@gmail.com, just so I can know what's going on. Because Johnny doesn't want there to be collusion, but I also want to know that he's not just making some BS up, right? You guys are going to be able to figure out the title of that, and I'm not going to spill anything. The name of the movie. Figure out the name of the movie. Send it to both of us, and
like and review us on iTunes.
Johnny said he was going to do this. This is not coming out of my pocket. He's gonna get with you, and he's gonna get you a $10 iTunes gift card.
Yo, I'm gonna double down on this shit right here. You got to figure out the name of the movie.
Uh-huh.
You got to email it to me, not Zach.
Okay. Well, I need to see proof of this though.
You got to like and review us on iTunes.
Okay.
And you got to follow us on one of our social medias or both.
Perfect.
$20.
Perfect. And $20.
I'll even take it one step further and commit
sweeten the pot a little bit more
to our American listeners. I'll even go 20 American.
Oh man, how generous.
Could just send you a crisp green $20 Canadian bill.
Yeah.
I'll also do that if you want.
Yeah. All right, so there's a little bit of incentive for you guys. So if you know the name of that movie, which you do, by the way, Johnny, I think you should triple down. And if somebody does figure that out, you owe me a $20 bill as well. The silence. I can't hear you. I can't see you, but I can hear you. And that silence was deafening. Also, thank you to our sponsor, Audible. Head over to audibletrial.com/jumbled and get your free 30-day trial and a free audiobook. I had a little bank of credits I went through, and I got a few audiobooks today myself. So I'm going to be listening to those within the next couple days. And I'm looking forward to that. So you guys should head over and take advantage of that free offer as well. Head over while you're on the internet to patreon.com/jumbled. And, we got a bunch of tiers, but you guys know we got the $500 tier. And if that looks enticing, why don't you go ahead and toss a few C notes our way, and we'll get into address.
No, you can even make that payment over a year.
Say what?
So you can even make that payment over a year.
Yeah, we take installments.
Yeah.
We take installments. But services will not be rendered until full payment is received. So keep that in mind. You do not get the dress Zach and Johnny until we get the $500.
Mm-hmm.
And that is something I am unwavering.
Too.
Say what?
Said you can go in on it with a group too.
Exactly. You know what? Get 50 of your best friends and do the math, because I'm not going to try to do it right now. I think it's $10, but I'm not sure. And
yes, 50 times 10 is in fact 5,000.
No, it's not.
I'm fucking with you, Zach.
I had to look up in my brain and
I love you.
Because the zeros, I added the zeros, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, and like Johnny said, everybody, regardless if you're gonna enter the contest to get that $20 prize
fresh bill,
from Johnny,
I'll send you a bill straight up.
There you go. Just use it on whatever you like. Doesn't have to be iTunes.
Straight cold hard cash and a handwritten note from me.
There you go. Head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star rating and review. It helps out a lot. And word of mouth. Tell everybody you know. Tell everybody who you don't know. Walk up to them on the street and ask them if they've listened to Jumbled. And let's share the podcast a little bit. Get this thing growing. And keep spreading the good word, if we can call it that. That's going to do it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, but we will see you guys next week for another episode of Jumbled, your favorite podcast.
About surviving through an apocalypse and how you're going to die in the next one.
Yeah, it just depends on what the apocalypse is, right? It's just, we're living through like 3 of them right now, so.
Fuck yeah. Hi, aliens. I hope you like these recordings.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Hello. We're brought by Audible with words audibletrial.com/jumbled and audiobooks in your ears. Thanks.